and the things that you look for in your younger 20s to become attracted to a Chad or a Tyrone is not necessarily what's going to set you up very well into your 30s and beyond. If the goal is to have a family, if the goal is to XYZ or whatever that right? Mm-hmm. So like if you could go back and teach yourself something, would you?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, well what would that thing be?
Boundaries.
Boundaries. Tell me more.
Boundaries are super significant.
They are.
Because there's so much that we know at an early age, and if we keep our boundaries intact, we would never have given Tyrone or Charles a chance.
Got it.
But because we kind of compromise on our boundaries, we get into things that really, like, our time is lost. Like, we waste a lot of energy, and it's really, really hard to kind of buy back that time, but we get really good lessons that we can apply later on. But I think that if I could go back, I would say, you know what, keep these boundaries. They're super significant, and, like, they're going to serve me well in the future.
I feel like I think I have to take a step back from, like, keep your boundaries and just say, have boundaries. Because I think for me, in my 20s, I literally was just flying with the wind, figuring it out and not taking a step back and saying, like, you figure out what you want and then set your boundaries accordingly. I think that's one thing that I would teach. I have a couple things I would teach myself. I would also teach I feel like I had like a very strong super saver hoe like syndrome.
Young women in their early 20s, and maybe they're just not cognizant of it as it's happening. But you're going for the cream of the crop. So you gotta understand, when you're going for the cream of the crop or like the best in class, they have options. So when they have options and they're getting DMs or they're getting hit up, right? Like they will most likely leverage those options, right? But meanwhile, as we talked about before, like in this hypergamous mindset, you got a Charles or a John chilling off in the corner, working on his purpose, working on his why, building himself up to be the best person that he can be, right? Has the most integrity, the most this, the most that, right? And then later on, he's the one that is probably the most attractive to you because now he has status. Now he has this, now he has that. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to comment on that real quick and get your guys' thoughts on it because I feel like it's misdirected. Like if you try to go for like in your younger 20s, what is thought to be the best, right? Like other women think that as well.
Yeah.
Right.
I get that. Yeah. So I think we have to go back because we talked about this a lot. So sorry, like viewing audience. So we talked about this before the camera was on, but I think that a couple of things for me. One is like, it's a little presumptuous to say that in my 20s I was reaching for the cream of the crop. I don't think I was reaching for anything other than like who met my surface level kind of like
requirements.
Design. No, I don't even think requirements. I think that's too harsh of a term. I think for me it was like, do you make me like, do we have fun together? Right? And then it was, okay, fine if you have a certain level of social status, yes, that may make you even more attractive, but I don't know that that was something that was a requirement out front. Like, you have to have this, otherwise I'm not even going to spend my time with you.
Right.
Because to be honest, in your 20s, you're working on potential.
Yeah, at least.
Like, there's no factual.
No one's has a
man. Nobody has amassed anything yet. We're all kind of building.
I foresee you to be in your 30s.
That's real.
Yeah. Like, what are you acquiring? Like, what is your potential at this time? And that could shift. You could be in law school and drop out.
Yeah. People can get stuck in potential.
You can be a party promoter
that, like, kinetic energy, right? Like they have super lofty dreams and goals, and then they get caught up there because they haven't built what it needs to, like, you know what I mean? They haven't managed tasks accordingly to get to that goal, and then those goals lead to those visions and, you know, whatever. So yes, I think in our 20s, everybody's at the potential stage. And then by like late 20s, early 30s, you start to see a separation of the crop, whereby the individuals that are making it into that, like getting into that kinetic energy, you're starting to see fruit. And then those individuals who are stuck in potential, and then either they make a turn down, right, and are getting worse, or they're just stagnant and because now you're stagnant and you're here, but I'm hitting that kinetic and my trajectory is still going up, and it's almost like, are you at a level where I can still choose to deal with you? Because it's always a choice, right?
But for men though, I feel like you guys remember the folks that rode with you through that 20s phase. Yeah. So who were the riders? Like, who were the people who sewed into me?
Well,
but at what
point
does it become
logical thinkers?
But at what point does that become ridiculous? Right? Like at what point is the ride just too long? Like at some point, I can get like motion sickness here. Like I'm sick of being in the car. I'm getting cramps.
Well, dudes don't get motion sickness because we're much more logical thinkers, right? Like we're much more kind of grounded in data and analytics and logic.
So when you say logic, you just mean like basic definition of logic.
That's why men are so
not like logic versus emotion, and logic has some sort of superior mental state versus emotional state.
Well, I think it depends how you handle your emotions.
A scale of male ideology and female ideology, I'm somewhere more balanced, but I still tip on the side of male ideology.
Well, you're a male. That's why you have other people come on with their opinions as well. You give opportunity.
Absolutely. So we have feminists up here, the whole thing. But at the same time, it deserves challenge, right? Like, so I appreciate you saying getting the other side of the coin, but I also don't want, right? So like there was one thing that you said before, and it was like, in order to have empathy, that's a blue pill characteristic. I disagree with that.
Okay.
I disagree with that. I think a part of being an intelligent person is to understand not even just like knowledge intelligence, but also having emotional intelligence. They call that EQ as well. And I think that characteristic is irrespective of blue pill learnings or red pill learnings or or this, that, or in between. I think what won't help us, and this is what I see that's happening on YouTube, is that you have two forces, right? With hashtag this is World War III shit that's happening.
Oh man, we'll talk about that later.
But with the dating stuff, you have these two forces, right? You have the red pill type MGTOW knowledge and the far extremes of it and the outliers of it, and then you got the other side of the coin where women are saying, don't date him unless he makes this amount of money.
The Dusties, the Queens,
and he doesn't provide me this.
The Shiras.
And the Ashas, the Shiras, and the ones that's in between. So the thing is that if you have these corners of the internet that are promoting and they're not communicating with each other, then what happens?
You're polarized.
Or battle.
Battle, right. But it's kind of like it's kind of like a real life example of what's going on in our country. It's polarization. People go to their sides. Nobody's trying to come in the middle. Nobody's trying to understand the other side. And I think your platform allows for people to see both sides. Even if you do come through forcefully, no. Emotions are stupid. I love when you say that.
I think that it's our opinion and shit, and I appreciate any opinion that comes up here, and let's have a conversation about it. But I do think that some opinions are more true than others. And my opinion is that if you take your ball and you go into your corner and you don't at least try to focus in the solutions, and instead you complain about the challenges, you are a waste of space. You are not helping.
You're a complainer.
You're a complainer.
The tragedy that is the black man being out of the household and what that does to the thinking of black men, and then how that's related to relationship between black women and black men.
Yes, and I think it's key.
Is it just black women and black men? Because now I want to talk about like
Interracial
that
dating?
different.
Because hypergamy for me is a white woman. Okay?
A what? Say it again.
A Caucasian woman. If you want to talk about hypergamy from the male perspective, that is 1000% what that means to me. And I've seen it in my grad school. I've seen it in community. I've seen it over and over again, that the status of a man, if he's going for status, that it can't look like us. We're successful, we've reached our prime in terms of our careers, but yet we're just not good enough.
I don't think a man will ever care about y'all status. Like, we don't care if you're Oprah or if we come across you working at McDonald's. What we do care about is y'all attitudes. Let's keep it funky.
So are we saying
So are we aggressive?
No, wait. So what are we saying about a non-African American woman's attitude that would seemingly make them more attractive than an African American woman?
I think what's really sexy about women is to have a strong degree of femininity. And there's components of that have been lost within our community. And I think a lot of it has to do with the strength that it takes of a single woman to raise a
But why
family.
isn't strength and femininity the same? Like, why can't someone being strong? Why does someone being strong negate her femininity?
I think you could be a strong in your femininity.
Yeah.
I think a man doesn't want to be dating a woman with masculine traits.
What are masculine traits?
Yeah.
Masculine trait
Those
is.
are also a relative, but go ahead.
Say it again.
Those are relative. I mean, like, who made up masculine traits? Like, who made up that definition?
Biology.
Guys, do me a favor. Hold on. Guys, do me a favor. Leave a 1 down into the building if you guys can hear and or see me. I was back there jamming. That beat is crazy, ain't it? That beat is crazy, ain't it, guys? Leave a 1 down in the building if you can hear and or see me. We'll wholeheartedly appreciate it. Before we get started, I got to make sure the audio is okay. It's been a while since I live stream. All right, your boy been working. It's been a while since I live stream. I just want to make sure that everything is coming through A-okay before we get this conversation started. All right? We back in here. That beat was crazy on that shit, though, right? I was back here. That beat was nuts. I was over here doing my thing. Shit is crazy. All right, guys. Looks like I'm getting some 1s down into the building. Shout out everybody. We back here one more again with one more Red Cup Talk. You already know what time it is. You understand me? Listen, guys, at the end of the day, there's a lot of new people that have come to the channel. A lot of you might be new. If you don't know, this is Red Cup Talk. This is where we have conversations at, most likely with a red cup. Shout out to everybody that's come down into the building today. Happy Friday, happy Friday, happy Friday. At the end of the day, there's a lot of shit going on in the world today, but guess what? You and I, we made it. So that's something to cheers to, all right? Salute, everybody. Blow! Let's get it. Yes, sir. All right, I saw some super chats coming. Let me acknowledge some of the super chats and let's get into this conversation. And let's cap it out the best way that we know how. Hold up, let me go. I think I'm missing some of the chats. Shout out Yeet or Be Yeeted. Shout out, bro, for the $10 super chat. I can't bring it up on the screen because the shit is going too fast. I kid you not, 8 years ago, I was messing with this one woman. And in my blue pill days and went to dinner together. Near the end of the date, she asked me to pay for the food for her kids at home. Bro, we're going to talk about it. We're going to get into it, okay? I wonder, Yeeter Be Yeeted, what did you do? What did you do? If it was in your blue pill days, I already know what you did. But I want to know what you did, all right? Shout out, my G. Appreciate the $10 super chat. You already know I got to bring out the air horns. When they, there it is, there it is, there it is. Uh-oh, shout out to Solo in the building. Solo TV 84 in the building. Salute, bro. Get that 100K plaque. I've been rocking with you since you had less than 4K subs. DJ Academics voice. Facts. Shout out to Solo. So for folks who do not know, Solo is another content creator. Fantastic content. Fantastic content. Solo was one of my first interviews back in the day. This had to be almost a year ago or so. Shout out to Solo, the gatekeeper of this space. Shout out, my G. I appreciate the $10 super chat, my G. We may have some work happening here in the future. I salute you, my G. All right? We may have some coming for them. You understand me? Shout out, Solo. I appreciate that wholeheartedly. Let me go back down. I saw some more. Hold on. O'Shea Duke Jackson in the building. One more content creator. Your favorite YouTuber's favorite YouTuber. Shout out, O'Shea. Appreciate you. You must be in another country, O'Shea. PLN. What the hell is that? PLN. Where is that at? Shout out to Mediocre. Shout out to O'Shea Duke Jackson, another content creator. For folks that are not aware, that's your favorite YouTuber's favorite YouTuber. He gets it popping. One of the funniest dudes on YouTube. I kid you not. Shout out to O'Shea. I appreciate the $5 super chat. I believe it's $5. I don't know. We're just going to take a guess and say that it is. I don't know what country that is. Okay. Let me go back down to the new comments. Hold on. Uh-oh, BOA is in here? Uh-oh. Sponsor today's stream. Shout out Dr. BOA in the building. Another content creator. You see this? The content creators, we all got to support each other because we understand the time, the energy, the effort, and the comment section that we deal with. So that's what you guys are seeing. You guys are seeing the love. You're seeing the community. We support each other. We ride for each other. Shout out to Dr. BOA. Bless up, MTR. Keep grinding and growing, homie. Listen, all of us, we going to grind and grow together with the community. We all got so much knowledge that we can impart on younger brothers, and there's a couple of women in there that like to hear the information as well, but on younger brothers in order to make their lives more better than if they had not heard the information. And that's the power in this space. I know you get it. I know Solo gets it. I know O'Shea gets it. That's what we're working towards. So I salute you, my G. I salute all of y'all. You understand me? We're going to take this forward. Hold on. Shout out to Ty Breezy. Appreciate the $5 super chat, my G. Next time, write something. I want to learn something about you. Shout out to Gerard Pritchard. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Get them likes up. Much love, MTR. Listening to the paramedic truck. I appreciate you. Will keep me locked in the radio. Keep me locked in the earbuds. Appreciate it. Shout out to Red Sings the Blues. One more content creator. Donation to you, bro. I'm gonna interview one of these days, my man. Discord gang in the building. Patreon gang in the building. Yes, sir. We get it popping. Shout out to Red Sings the Blues. Appreciate that, my G. Shout out to Jaleel Davis. Patreon gang is coming through strong in the building. What's good, my G's? Paying my due diligence. Just on the grind heavy right now. I understand that, Jaleel. It's okay. We're going to be here. All right? I'll see all the family in the Discord in January. Y'all be good. Love. By the way, I missed the dope convos that we had. Jaleel is a world-class track athlete. He's grinding right now. Okay, his season is starting in a month or so. So he's grinding. He's a part of the Patreon gang, but he's grinding right now. So we're not going to be able to have conversations with him. But salute, my G. All right, we're going to be there over there in January to hear of all of your successes. And if there's any failures, we're going to hear those as well. You already know how we do in the Discord gang. You understand me? Shout out to Jaleel. I appreciate you, my G. Let me see if there's any more. And then we get into the content. We got some folks waiting for the content. Let me just put that up real quick while I find out if there's any more. Hold on, let me see. Okay. Shout out to Next Best Name, Blue Pill Society in the building to defend the ladies. Shout out to Blue Pill. Shout out to the Next Best Name. He's part of the Patreon gang as well. I believe he has a fiance, or if he just got married, I believe so. So he's our Blue Pill representative in the Patreon gang, in the Discord server. He represents the Blue Pill perspective. You understand? We like to laugh and joke back in the Patreon gang as well. Shout out to the Next Best Name. I appreciate you, my G, the support as always. You understand me? All right, last one, and let's get into the content. Shout out to Jonathan Barrowville. Thank you so much for the $50 super chat. Keep doing your thing, brother. Appreciate the donation. Appreciate the sponsorship, Jonathan. It's my first time seeing you down up in here. I appreciate you 100%. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Shout out to Baby Vegeta. Uh-oh, we got some DBZ fans in the building. Shout out to the Master of Perspectives. Bless. I appreciate that, my G. I appreciate that. I don't know if I would say master of perspectives, but I have one perspective that I like to get out to the masses in order to try to push the culture forward. But I appreciate that 100%. Thank you so much. Only Dragon Ball Z viewers would understand your name, by the way, like myself. I get you. I get it. Shout out to Welcome to Bag Pat's Sport Talk. Thank you so much, bro, for the $5 super chat. I've been watching your channel, and I have a channel coming out soon. It's called Emotional Logic. It's an oxymoron. I would definitely love to have you on the show someday. Shout out to Welcome to Big Pat Sports Talk. Shout out, my G. I appreciate the $5 super chat. You understand me? Hold up. You guys got to pause it. Hold on, son. You guys gotta hold on. I appreciate all the love, though. I appreciate the love. Shout out to Boogie Talks in the building, my G. Patreon gang in the building. Y'all coming through. Had to park my Tesla. We were talking about the Cybertruck up in the Discord server. That's where he's referring to. Shout out to Boogie in the building. Did you actually get it though, Boogie? Let's talk after. You guys already know we're gonna have the after party after this in the Discord server. Shout out to Tina Marie. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat, mama. Just showing some love for the few ladies that appreciate your work. There's about 9 of y'all, so I appreciate all 9 of y'all. So Tina is speaking for all 9 of y'all. You are appreciated. I appreciate that, mama. I remember the video that you commented on that I pinned. I remember that video, so I appreciate you coming back in here and showing some love. All right, guys, listen. Let's get into it. I have a couple of housekeeping items, and then I want to get right into the content. I don't have all night tonight, but I appreciate you guys for coming through. The channel has been doing some incredible things. I've been committing to daily uploads. I don't know if you guys have noticed that, but I started to commit to daily pre-recorded uploads. I have deprioritized live streaming, but I'm thankful to be here with you guys here today. But also, I have prioritized my Patreon group, my Discord group. So I find myself in the Discord game. If y'all down up in here, feel free to back me up. I'm in the Discord probably way more often than I should be, popping in the conversations. I woke up this morning. Listen, I go to work. All right, I work from home right now, right? So I woke up and I work right here. This is my 9 to 5 setup right here. Here's my YouTube setup. And like all of this is my YouTube setup. So when I wake up, I have the Discord server. It's populated. I can see kind of what's happening. I wake up, I sit down, it was like 8:30 in the morning, and I'm on Eastern Standard Time, and I'm looking at my Discord server, and there's 10 people in voice chat. I'm like, what the fuck are they doing up this early? So I pop in there real quick, and we all start having a conversation. We start talking about some good-ass shit, and then I'm like, wait a minute, y'all about to get me hemmed up. I got actual work to do, so I had to get up my Discord server and then get over here and get my 9 to 5 shit popping. Anyway, long story short, let me just say, thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. You support me. You uplift the things that I say. It is your perspective. You appreciate how I come with the conversation. Now, I will say I was hit with a lot of backlash when I came into the space doing the type of content that I did in the manner that I did, right? Having a woman right here to talk about red pill stuff. I never let the negative comments deter me. I just kept pressing forward because I knew that it was for an overarching goal. And I think a lot of you appreciate that overarching goal and you bang with the message that I try to put forward. And you also appreciate how I have to have these very divisive conversations in the way that I have it. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you guys from the absolute bottom of my heart. Keep on sharing, keep on liking. You know what I'm saying? In that group text, in that Facebook group, let's continue to get the word out as well. Also, shout out to the Patreon gang. One more gang. We have gone up, I want to say, it's been at least 70 in the last week and a half or so on Patreon. It's been going up so quickly that I had to stop signups. I had to stop signups at my lowest tier. I had to stop signups because it's too much. For folks that do not know, on my Patreon is also linked into my Discord server, the same server that I'm talking to you guys about that I just hop into and we have voice, video chat, conversations, text conversations. I had to stop it because that's my inner circle. That's my family. You understand me? And I cannot let actors just continue to pile on and just come in. This is not a public Discord server. We talk about a multitude of things from men's mental health to fitness, to dating and relationships, to a whole bunch of other stuff, lifestyle stuff like gaming and anime, like other stuff that's probably not as critical. But we have these conversations and we dive deep. There's also a financial and a business aspect of the Patreon as well, where we're sharing links and resources and understanding someone's particular situation and giving them information to help them get up and above. And the thing is that I'm in a weird transition phase right now where I am taking things of my public facing brand and image, and I'm spending a lot more time over there because I see it. And there's so many people that want to know how to do this, how to do it. And I say this, I don't mean like YouTube or nothing like that, but like they have questions and I have answers. And there's people up there that have answers as well. And I see that so many hungry people that they force me to step my game up. And that's some shit. You understand what I'm saying? So Patreon gang, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the bottom of my heart. I appreciate your support. And you already know you got to grow this shit from the ground up. And I mean that. You have to grow it from the ground up. And the more that you can do it for people that look like you, the better that they will retain your message, respect your message, and then grow with that message. That's what we're trying to build right here. The YouTube channel is entertainment shit focused. That's the hook. The Patreon gang is the education. There's entertainment in there as well. There's people that's on there that just likes to just chill. And there's people on there that like to just talk shit. But you got to have that as well, because I mean, this is a talk shit channel. It is what it is, though. I had to shout you guys out. Listen, I saw a couple of other super chats that's down in there. Let me acknowledge real quick. Let me get back into the content. Shout out to Sam. Good content, just like Kevin and supposed black male spaces. Shout out, my G. Appreciate the $5 super chat. Shout out to Keenan. Young Patreon gang in the building. Here to support and learn from Big Bro MTR. I appreciate that, Keenan. I appreciate that. You're new. I remember your name. You're one of the newies. Yeah, we get you indoctrinated appropriately. Uh-oh. Shout out to Uncle Gary Grant in the building. Appreciate the 20 Canuck bucks. What up, nephew? Been a minute. Hope things are good. It has been a minute, Uncle Gary Grant. I appreciate you coming through one more again. I appreciate you. If I open up the phone lines, I gotta have you come up on here and say a couple of words just to educate the youngins that's down into the building. Shout out, my G. I appreciate the 20 Canuck bucks. Uh-oh, Hex in the building. Patreon gang in the building. It's been a while with the Red Cup talk, but just showing my support. I've seen a lot of growth in the Discord. Shout out to Mark with his fitness journey. I was just about to get into that. Is Mark down up in here? I don't know. I haven't seen Mark down up in here. I was just about to get into that. Shout out to Hex. Hex is a part of the Patreon gang as well. You understand what I'm saying? Shout out to Howard Robinson. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Just joined the Patreon motherhood. Make sure you go into the introduce yourself and write about yourself. That's how we meet you. You understand me? Go up there and write a little something. Just join the Patreon Brotherhood. Shout out to being the big brother most of us never knew that we needed. Listen, I'll take the title Big Brother. If you guys want to start calling me Big Bro, I will absolutely take that shit up on YouTube. You understand me? I will absolutely take that shit. Because at the end of the day, the perspectives that I try to provide, although I'm trying to teach, I'm trying to enlighten, I'm still in it. You understand what I'm saying? I'm still in it. So I get it. I get it. Trust me, I get it. Trust me, I get it. But Howard, I appreciate that. We'll have a conversation in the after party. All right, brother? Last but not... there's a couple more. Hold on. Oh, Tea Leaves in the building. Shut up, my G. Tea Leaves has hosted a couple of live chat sessions in my Discord. Shout out Tea Leaves. I got 5 for free and 5 you get from me. Shout out, my G. Oh, YouTube gives you the free $5. Yeah. Thank you so much, brother. I appreciate you, man. Tea Leaves actually invited, you had a sibling that you invited on too, if I remember correctly. Shout out to RSJ Creations. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. What's good, MTO? I'm glad you caught you on a live stream. Your content is unlike any other RP content. You're a leader in this generation, bro. I appreciate that, RSJ. I appreciate that 1,000%. All right. Shout out to Lake Show. Name of the last beat you played for the... I don't know the name of the beat. I'm so sorry. I don't know the name of the beat. I don't know the name of the beat. That beat was crazy though, right? That shit was smooth. Shout out to AJ Taylor, MTR. Keep up the good work, brother. I put one of my boys on with your channel. He texted me saying he's been enlightened. You're changing lives. This is the shit that I do it for. That's the shit that I do it for. If I can impact somebody to do better, and we're going to get into it because it's the last. One more thing that I have to talk about before we actually get into the content. I apologize. Anyone watching this on the replay, like, yo, when is this dude MTR going to start talking about what the title, the thumbnail of the video is? I relax, okay? It's been a while since I've been on. I got to get up here and make sure that you guys know, love, and understand that I respect the position that you have put me in, all right? Shout out, again, my G, AJ Taylor, okay? Shout out, last but not least, Jessica Powell. Keep doing your thing. MTR, you are appreciated. Thank you so much, mama. I appreciate that. All right.
From a man's perspective.
Woo! That's not what I wanted. Hold on. Let me find what it is that I was going to put on. All right. This is the last thing. This is the last thing I wanted to show you guys. Hold on. Let me show this appropriately. Share screen. This is the last thing that I want to show you guys. I put a post up not too long ago, I believe earlier today. And this is Mark. Mark is a part of my Patreon. Mark is a part of my Discord as well. And I wanted to highlight this. Mark, I know, and mods, if you guys can drop my my Patreon as well, so for folks that are interested on joining. Actually, I just wrote it down in there, so feel free to copy and paste it. Anyway, I had to post this. Mark has been a part of the Patreon gang now for the last almost year. It's been about a year. And he told me when he started his journey, the things that he wanted to progress on. And he mentioned that he had this weight loss journey. And over the last year, he sprung up and said, yo, I lost 50 pounds. I lost 75 pounds. I've lost 80 pounds. This crazy dude just popped up yesterday, and said that he lost 200 pounds in 1 year. In 1 year. And it absolutely blew my mind. You don't hear too often weight loss journeys that result in 200 pounds in 1 year. So I had to be able to call this thing out. I had to be able to call it out. Okay? I had to be able to call it out. All right? And shout out to everybody. I think it got 2,000 likes. Almost 500 comments. It was 100% positivity, and I appreciate you guys for that. His journey is not done because I believe he started around 500. So we lost 200. So we're still in the 3s or so, or maybe the very high 2s. So we still got a journey to go. But I appreciate you guys coming through. I appreciate you guys showing him love, support, and respect because he has changed his life. And at the end of the day, here's what a naysayer would say. Well, why did he get there to begin with?
Well, you must not feel what utter despair feels like. You have no idea what that feels like, where you don't care if you live or you die. That's where he was. That's where Mark was. So I salute you, my G. I would be remiss not to call this out, and I wanted to put you on a pedestal. Trust me, I asked for permission before I posted all of this. But I wanted to let you know that we respect your journey. We respect your journey. Okay? You're not done yet, though. I want to make that clear. You're not done yet, though, my G. Keep going, but we have your support. All right. Let's get into the content. All right. Let me take this off of the screen. Let me also, real quick. All right. I just wanted, you know. Last thing before we get into the content. The views have been astronomical over the last, I don't even know. It's been like a month or something like that. I think it's been over 20,000 subscribers over the last month. Guys, if you're not, if you're in here and you haven't checked out the content, I'm improving. I'm getting better. Just check out the content. I was going to have a whole spiel that I was going to go into. Feel free to go back. I've never done this where I've gone over this and I'm like, yo, 33, 96, 99, 90, 34, 56. Like, shit is crazy. All right? Shit is crazy. Anyway, let's get to the content. You guys don't want to see that. You guys don't want to see that. Hold on. Let me unshare this. And let's get into the content. All right, guys. So listen. Shout out to Greg, Patreon gang in the building. Mods, feel free to continue to share my Patreon link. Would appreciate it. Oh, actually, it's on my screen right there. They can see it. A little out of focus. All right, let me share this right now. All right, guys, let's have a conversation baked in reality. Y'all already know how we do. Hold on, give me one other second. All right. Okay. All right. We're about to get it started. All right, guys. So listen, this came into my inbox not too long ago, and I wanted to be able to talk about it real quick. I think that what's interesting about what's happening on YouTube in this particular space is there's a lot of eyes coming into this space. There's a lot of eyes coming into this space. And with a lot of eyes, there's a multitude of things that are happening, but the general thing that I see is love or hate. From a love perspective, okay? Let me make this larger so you guys can hear me. From a love perspective, what I'm hearing is all the things that you guys are seeing in the live chat right now. I see Big Brother. I see I've never heard anything put like that before, and I can't wait to try it. I see I never knew to understand how I deal with the opposite sex like that. Thank you so much. I actually have a channel on my Discord server, and I call it the Amazing Comments Hall of Fame. I have another one called Terrible Comments Hall of Fame, and I populate both of those channels in my server with just different things that I have. Now, what I will say is that it's overwhelmingly amazing comments that come in. Overwhelmingly amazing comments, right, of young men and women. I mean, because I got women on my Patreon as well and in my Discord server having conversations that say thank you. And actually, the majority of women that I see that come through are women that are tired of hearing the same old malarkey from the content creators that seek to make them not accountable for their actions or make them feel like their presence is all that's required to attract and maintain a dude. They're tired of that. So they come into the male spaces because they understand at the end of the day that they are in the dating marketplace. They are the product. They are the product of a man who has the willingness to pay. And we're talking about economics right now on what the products are in the marketplace. This is basic economics. What a lot of them have encountered is pure and utter pander. Pure, let me put this on Do Not Disturb. They've heard pure and utter pander for decades. For decades. So they come over here and they sit over here like this. Oh. At the end of the day, humans are very pliable creatures. We're very pliable. Very. We're group thinkers. We're tribal people. If someone raises you, right, to think that murder is good or murder is a peaceful thing, then you will be a murderer the majority of the time. Okay, and we can point to various times in our history where that has been a thing. And my thing is that if you instruct our opposite sex what men want, or that you are to be a queen upon entrance, irrespective of what it is that you bring to the table, then that's what they will think. And I don't blame them for that. It's just what has hit their eyes. But at the end of the day, women and black women are the majority purchasers between the sexes. So they're selling you product at the end of the day. Never before has there been media that has gotten as much widespread appeal from a male's perspective as today. Literally, today. Let me keep it funky with you guys. This is history. Like, this is history. This, what you guys are experiencing from myself, as well as the other content creators that have come through. Shout out to O'Shea. Shout out to Solo. Shout out to Dr. BOA. This is history. We are writing history right now. I did a reaction not too long ago. Shout out to Kevin Samuels, who went mega viral, incredibly viral, who has brought a whole other list of eyes into this space to see a perspective that women are not used to hearing. And it's shaking some things up. And I think it's for the better. When we speak about shaking things up, that's what we will do today. Because I had this video come into my inbox. Shout out to my Instagram at Mediocre Tutorials and Reviews. Guys, link down in the description box down below if you want to follow me. If you want to send me some content up there to make sure that I am doing the content that you want to hear. You understand me? This is essentially, here's the thing. Let's just get into the reaction and then let's talk about it. All right. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to play it for you guys one time. It has 600,000 views on Twitter. I forget the name of where it comes from. I want to throw out the name real quick. Hold on. I think the name, it was like Whiskey and Cocktails or some shit like that. Malcolm, are you in here? I know you put the shit in the Discord. I can't find it. Oh well, we'll find it. If anyone knows the name, feel free to put it down into the comment section for people to know where this is from, and then later on I'll put it in the description box. She is essentially let's just play the video and let's get back into it. All right. And guys, let me also know if you cannot hear it.
From a man's perspective, tell me if this is just way out of pocket. And this is why we talking prenuptials and shit. On the first date, I had to get my daughter something to eat before he took me out. So I was like, can you run me by the McDonald's real quick because I'm running behind. Woo woo. We get to McDonald's. All she got was her classic, a milkshake, 4-piece nugget, and a small fry. When the lady at the window asked for the bread,
He's like, where's that?
yeah.
Nigga, you said run me through McDonald's real quick so we can. Yeah, nigga, you won't pay for it.
I'm sorry. Okay. I think that's the
Already, that was the first problem.
That ain't no problem.
At that moment,
That's your problem.
look, and it was at that moment. Now I had the bread,
paid for the.
and I even asked him, did he want anything? But look, it was at that moment that I knew you were never getting this pussy.
Because he ain't paid for your daughter food.
Fuck you on the first
Okay,
date.
so honestly, I ain't gonna lie to you. My boss one year knew I was having a sleepover for my daughter. He was like, "Oh, that's what you know. I'll order her pizza."
That's why most of the relationships they cheat on.
But like,
That's why most relationships they cheat on you with somebody at work.
All right, listen. I just heard the volume is low. I'm gonna replay it again, but hold on. I'm gonna do it a different way. My apologies. All right, it's been a while since I live stream. All right, okay, we're gonna do it like this. Rewind.
From a man's perspective, tell me if this is just way out of pocket. And this is why we talking prenuptials and shit. On the first date, I had to get my daughter something to eat before he took me out. So I was like, can you run me by the McDonald's real quick because
Hold on.
quick because I'm running
Technical
behind.
difficulty.
Woo. We get to Mc.
Hold on.
Out of pocket. And this is why we talking prenuptials and shit. On the first date, I had to get my daughter something to eat before he took me out. So I was like, can you run me by the McDonald's real quick because I'm running behind. Woo woo. We get to McDonald's. All she got was her.
What the fuck? The internet bill is paid. Hold on. Give me a second.
Classic, a milkshake, 4-piece nugget, and a small fry. When the lady at the window asked for the bread,
He's like, where's that?
yeah.
Nigga, you said run me through McDonald's real quick so we can. Yeah, nigga, you won't pay for it.
McDonald's. I'm sorry. Okay. I think that's the
Already,
problem
that was
right now.
the first problem.
No problem.
At that moment,
That's your problem.
look, and it was at that moment. Now I had the
You
bread,
should have paid for the.
and I even asked him, did he want anything? But look, it was at that moment that I knew you were never getting this pussy.
Because he ain't paid for your daughter food.
Fuck you on the first
Okay,
date.
so honestly, I ain't gonna lie to you. My boss
You
one
mighta-
year knew I was having a sleepover for my daughter. He was like, "Oh, that's what you know. I'll order her pizza."
That's why most of the relationships they cheat
But
on.
like,
That's
no,
why
it's
most
not.
relationships they cheat on you with somebody at work because of shit like that.
No,
I'm gonna pay for the daughter.
He was a-
Yeah, I'm gonna
he
pay
was
for
a
all that.
white man.
And I'm pretty sure he wants some young pussy. What you mean?
But
Well,
no,
you were
no,
paying
I'ma
for
tell you
it.
what
She
it is.
wouldn't have to
I'ma
be
tell you-
making to him.
Nah, I was single at the time, but I'm gonna tell you what
No,
it
I'm
is.
just saying
No, I get what
hypothetically.
you saying.
I will fuck your boss up.
All right. Let's talk about it. Apologies for all of the stuttering. I should actually downloaded the video before I even tried to do that, but it is what it is. Let's talk about it real quick. Here's the what. Hold up. Hold on. Shout out to everybody that's coming down into the building. Shout out to Ashy54. Sup MTR 100K coming soon. I appreciate that. Shout out Next Beg's name. Donation to the Cricket Pro at your internet service. I don't know why I was stuttering like that. I got some super internet in here. Shout out to Dre. They appreciate the $10 super chat. Her baby daddy in prison. I recognize her. Is that it? Is that true? Interesting information. And shout out to Red Pill Thanos. The villain has arrived. Hashtag stir the pot. I appreciate you, my G. Listen, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it because I think that this is absolutely atrocious behavior. Put up on the screen right here so we can have a brief conversation about it. I think that she's absolutely tripping. And let's talk about it as well. And the reason why I set up the conversation the way that I did is because what she's saying is championed. And listen, I'm an 80s baby. I was born in 85, you know what I'm saying? And I grew up in the whole media era where men couldn't do no right, okay? I grew up in the era where I would watch daytime television, the Ricky Lakes,
the Sally Jesse Raphaels, the what's my man's name? Maury. I've grown up in the Maury where if it was a man and a woman, and the woman, and then the man said that it's not his baby, irrespective of her story, they would boo. Like, they would boo. Do you know what that does to the psyche of young boys? No matter what, okay? No matter what, they would just boo. They would just boo, okay? The only time that they would cheer is if they found out that he was not the kid and he was happy about it. That was literally the only time. But the woman would come in screaming, aggressive, stomping this, that, and the third. You know what, Maury? And no matter what, if he said, I'm not the father, boo! That's the shit that I grew up in, and as well as all the dudes that's down up in here grew up in. We're going to flip that shit completely on its head, because along with that bullshit comes mindset and ideologies as hardcore as this one. Y'all call him out. I see Ricky Lake. I see Jerry Springer. Phil Donahue. Montel Williams. Jenny Jones. We got some 80 babies in here. we got some 80 babies in the building. Shout out Red Pill Thanos. Single moms are a waste of time. A new video. How ironic. You cover a single mom being outrageous. Listen, we all dealing irony. Red Pill Thanos is part of the Patreon gang. You understand what I'm saying? Shout out my G. Listen, but at the end of the day, what I'm trying to say is we have fed a lot of information that no matter what, boosts women up, and no matter what, keeps men down. And I talk about this, and I feel like this is new information for women, but I get it. It is what it is. Listen, this young lady, now I have nothing against her. Let me have a preference in saying this. I have nothing against anybody that do a video over. I'm just talking about the behavior. You understand what I'm saying? It's key. All right? I talk about behavior. I don't talk about race, creed, color, religion, any behavior. If it's a bad behavior, I'm going to talk about it. Okay? She is in the mindset of no matter what I bring, I should be supported. And that's how I will judge you as a man. That's how she's putting this information out into the sphere confidently and letting us know what her intentions are and how she derives her viscosity with how a man treats what she brings to the table. Let's get into the actual reaction one more time. Hopefully, I actually just downloaded it while it was messing up. So let me bring up this other tab, and then wrong button. And let's go through it one more time, and then let's have a conversation about it. I'm gonna give you guys my thoughts and my feelings regarding this, so we can bring it out of a state of delusion. Okay? Damn it! I just shared the wrong screen. Hold on, give me a second. Yes, that screen. Okay. All right.
Tell me if this is just way out of pocket.
Well, let's back it
From
up.
a man's perspective, tell me if this is just way out of pocket. And this
I'll tell you. Let's talk about it.
is why we talking prenuptials and shit. On the first date, I had to get my daughter something to eat.
Are you serious? Is it? Oh. Hold on. Give me a second. Sorry. Hold on. Give me a second. Technical difficulties. Hold on. I got to download it right now.
From a man's perspective,
All right. Hold on. Okay. Hold on. Here we go.
Just way out of pocket. And this is why we talking prenuptials and shit. On the first date, I had to get my daughter something to eat before he took me out. So I was like, can you run me by the McDonald's real quick because I'm running behind. Woo woo. We get to McDonald's. All she got was her classic, a milkshake, 4-piece nugget, and a small fry. when the lady at the window asked for the bread. You're like, where's that? Yeah.
Now, let's pause it right there because the brother over there is speaking complete and unadulterated facts where it's at. Listen, here's what it is, okay? Do not expect me, okay? Do not expect me to support you in what you bring along. Now, at the end of the day, if I'm going out with a time with you, I am on time. You are not on time. Now, listen, I understand you have a child. There's the things that are happening in your life with a child that I know random shit just happens. And I'm willing to respect it if it's a discussion and it makes sense depending upon the time period that we set and whatever you had going on before that. I'm willing to take and understand that. But she is in the mindset of not only will your time be disrespected, but here's the thing. Now we're going to go off and we're going to go get some a meal for her and me and you. And it will be on your dime. Is the volume low? Yeah, I think the volume was probably low that time. All right. Well, then I'll know next time. And it will be on your dime. Now, look at his face. Completely and utterly confused. Now, he's in a room full of women who don't agree with what he said. He held his own, though. But we got to get into it, though. So are you telling me you are expecting me, and if I want to meet you, if I want to have a conversation with you, I must take you and your child out as well? Well, let me tell you something, Mama. We had a whole conversation throughout this week talking about reality. Here's the thing. The type of dudes that you expect, the type of dudes that you want, don't live in that reality. And I hope that you understand that. Now, listen, I talked to one of my homegirls. Hey, that does look like a meme. Shout out, it does look like a meme. I talked to one of my homegirls just for some advice on this situation from her perspective, because I wanted to hear what they had to say and what she said. I'm gonna try to speak for her. Right now. What she said is at the end of the day, it comes down to the characteristics that the guy is showing. I said, well, tell me more, Mama. What she said is that as a woman, if this is my plus one, my child, always, I'm looking to see how you carry and conduct yourself in a situation like this. And at the end of the day, all it is McDonald's. There's going to be a couple of dollars out your pocket. So I am testing, in essence, I am testing you to see how you will perform. I said, okay, I understand that. So you have all of these tests that are laid out for men, correct? She said, yes. I said, I got that. All of these tests. And if they don't pass the test, then what happens? Then you don't take them seriously. On the case of this young lady, you don't then give them viscosity. And I was out of her words. I'm not saying that. She said that she was going to rescind the viscous innards because of him asking, yo, where the bread at, though? Here's what I said to her. Let me also bring this on the other screen. I feel like this is on the wrong screen, which is why you guys are seeing. Hold on. There it is. Let me make this larger. Look at that. Can someone meme that and put that in my Discord later? I would appreciate it. Would appreciate that. Okay. So here's the next question that I have for her. I said, okay, because everything that she was talking about, I had heard before. This is the mantra. I grew up in a time period where you shame men for having standards, where you shame men for having choices, where you shame men and not put on a pedestal what she brings to the table, no matter how she brings it to the table. I grew up in that. That's the shit was implanted in my tiny MTR mind back into the day. That's what I had. I had to break free. From that shit. You understand me? Okay? Here's what I asked that she had no response for, she had no answer for. The question that I asked is, okay, I understand all of these characteristics that you might derive off of the way that he treats this particular conversation, but let me ask you a question. What type of characteristics does he derive off of her because of her actions? she got quiet. Oh, you didn't consider you didn't consider how he felt about that, right? The conversation changes. Because this is how I look at it from my perspective. You're late. Now I'm driving you, and I'm in the drive-thru driving you and potentially your baby. Let's say that your baby is at home. And you say, yo, let's go get something to eat. There is a clear expectation from you that I'm supposed to pay. So you're judging me, but guess what, mama? I'm judging you. And I think that that is okay. I think that that is fine. And I think that it needs to be talked about a lot more. Guys, at the end of the day, I think a lot of you are missing key pieces of the conversation when you're having these discussions with these women, because you're still in the mind of allowances, irrespective of the choices that they made earlier in their life. And I'm here to tell you, you'll do a lot better in your life dealing with less risky situations, dealing with those that consider who you are, that consider your pockets, and have a higher level goal. Because at the end of the day, this is the first date. And on the first date, she wants you to support her and her baby. Are you willing to sign up for that? Are you willing to sign up for that? Now, guys, listen. There's a bunch of y'all that's down in here right now. This is the first time I had over 1,000 in the building. Shout out to everybody. This is Red Cup Talk. Cheers and salute, everybody. Cheers and salute. But see, we champion men over here. We make accommodations for women over here, but we champion men over here. Guys, hit on the like button, by the way. We got 1,000 people in the building and only 500 likes. Guys, smash that like button. Would wholeheartedly appreciate it. All the support you guys can give to help push me in the YouTube algorithm will wholeheartedly appreciate it. All right. Shout out to some of the super chats that came in. Shout out to DJ Chris Cruz, $5. She was out of pocket. Shout out to David Little. Sad we pay for them through our taxes. Oh, that's a whole nother conversation we can get into. Shout out to Kurt Chavian. Haven't seen you in a while, my G. Shout out for the $25 super chat. Stopping through and showing support. But yeah, I thought that's what child support was for. Yeah, I don't understand why she wants all of a sudden the person that she's dating in order to support her in her dating decisions. It doesn't make sense for me. Doesn't make sense. Shout out to Mr. Donnie Mac 5. If the biological father can have a relationship with the child separate from the mother, I can have a relationship from the mother separate from the child. Oh, y'all speaking facts up in here tonight. Hold on, my chat is frozen. What the hell is happening? Yeah, my chat is frozen. I can't bring them up on the screen. I'm sorry, guys. It's frozen right now. Guys, hit on the like button. We should have it's 1,000 people in here. We should have 1,000 likes. We'll wholeheartedly appreciate it. We'll wholeheartedly appreciate it. All right. All right, let's get back into it real quick because I want to make sure that I hit on the relevant points that I want to. Shout out to my G over here that's trying to help them in the conversation.
You said run me through McDonald's real quick so we can get, nigga, you won't pay for it.
I'm sorry. Okay. I think that's the already.
She is floored. Hold on. Let's go back. That's the look of pure floor. She cannot believe that you won't support her and her baby. Here's my question. Where did you get off thinking that he should? Where? Who told you that he should? I don't care if it's a $10 McDonald's meal. I don't care if it's a $100 trip at Ruth Crisp. What gave you the audacity to assume that he should? Yo, some of the gall, I don't understand it. I cannot believe it. It doesn't make sense to me. I don't understand. Let's move on.
I'm sorry. Okay. I think that's the
Already, that was the first problem.
That ain't no problem.
At that moment.
That's your problem.
Look, and it was at that moment. Now I had the bread.
paid for the-
And I even asked him, did he want anything? But look, it was at that moment that I knew you were never getting this pussy.
Because
She said that I had the bread. And that point, I asked him, did he want anything? But in response to that, she said, you can't have the viscosity. You can't have the viscosity. That's the conclusion that she drew. Okay? Hold on. My chat is slow as hell. Shout out to Ben RP. Asking a man to take care of another man's O's is like asking a man to wear the baby daddy dirty boxes. I don't buy used boxes. I don't understand. They just think that, and I got videos that I'm uploading this week that has to do with this very topic as well, from different things that I see. I don't understand, like gone or as a high value dude, like, you know, I'm not trying to get in a situation that has already been created, mama. And I hate to tell you that look of surprise on your face. You're going to continue to hit that look of surprise on your face until you realize that you have to lower your standards, okay? Because you're not being realistic. You're not being realistic. People are not going to pay for things that you have done into the past. Any other information that you have beyond that is purely things that you have heard with media that was created by you and for you. But we're changing that. We're flipping on that on its head. Men have a voice. Men have things that they like. Men have things that they want. And I'm done with the shaming because of what I want, because of things that I like. Generally, the main allotment of us. And I'm tired of shaming mixed with but they all in jail. Or where they all at. They not available. Tired of it. Absolutely done. And I'm tired of it. Shout out to Ben RP. Appreciate the $10 super chat. Shout out to Lord Commander in the building, Patreon gang, OG. My G, haven't caught you in a while. Don't want to get off topic, but Tyler posted he was single. Tyler on Twitter. It turned into Match.com for men and women. We got to talk about that in the Discord. I appreciate that, Lord. I appreciate the $10 super chat. I appreciate what you do, bro. Black excellent. Shout out to Gemini Life. I appreciate the $5 super chat. All right, last playthrough during this live reaction, and then we gonna wrap up.
You ain't pay for your daughter food?
Fuck you on the first
Okay,
date.
so honestly, I ain't gonna lie to you. My boss one year knew I was having a sleepover for my daughter. He was like, "Oh, that's what you know. I'll order her pizza."
That's why most of the relationships they cheat on you. That's why most relationships they cheat on you with somebody at work, because
the bosses you're not in a relationship with. The boss you're not in a relationship with, but you're talking about from a relationship perspective. Take note.
shit like that.
No,
I'm gonna pay for the daughter. Yeah, I'm gonna pay for all that. And I'm pretty sure you want some young pussy. What you mean?
Well, you paying for it.
What it is. I'm gonna tell you. I was thinking at the time, but I'm gonna tell you.
No, I'm just saying.
I get what you saying.
I will fuck your boss up.
All right, guys. We had to talk about it. We had to go through that real quick. Shout out to Walter Yarborough. Your chat's not appearing up over here, so let me talk about it real quick. Oh, this is King. Shout out to King. Patreon gang in the building. Thank you so much, bro, for the $25 super chat. I really don't feel the need to take care of your child from jump. Have some respect. And if you don't think I'm respecting by saying no, then we could save each other the time. Listen, your responsibilities are your responsibility. I don't understand why you don't know that, but I get why you don't, because of the media has fed to you that that is not true. Well, I'm here to tell you our perspective, okay? Guys, listen, I wanted to go through this content today. I wanted to talk about it. I wanted to get deep with you guys today, but at the end of the day, I got to go back into my Discord server. I got to go back into my Patreon gang. We got to have a follow-up conversation to all of this so we can go forward, so we can create solutions, so we can push this conversation forward, all right? How long have I been doing this? An hour. That was my goal. An hour was my goal, guys. An hour was my goal. All right, but guys, listen, I'm going to leave a link down to my Patreon down into the building down below. At the end of the day, it's a space to learn. It's a space to grow. It's a space to understand who you are as a person and understand what realism is, what high value is, and marry those two together in order to create a more joyous future or a more happy future for yourself in your walk of life. As you guys have seen, I've uploaded financial content throughout the week. Trust me, we get into business, financial education, and literacy down into the Discord as well. My goal is to try to educate. My goal is to try to improve. My goal is to take this thing that you know in right now and all of the fake, glossy, pander media that you have and bring it back to what actually works. Okay? To what actually works. You understand what I'm saying? Let's bring this shit back into reality. I appreciate you guys 1,000%. Link down to the Patreon down in the description box down below. Questions, comments, concerns. Y'all already know what to do. Mediocre tutorials and reviews at gmail.com. You already know how to hit me up. Patreon link down up in there. Until next time, you two. Peace.